What's up everyone, Path of Exile's been out for a few days now, and I think we can all agree that finding item upgrades, getting gear that drops that is an upgrade for your build is hard to find. It feels like items are not dropping, and when you do get a good item like a yellow with good stats, it's for a different build or for something you just can't use at all. So today I just wanted to make a video going over how to craft your own items and how to upgrade your own gear without relying on drops in the world. If you play through the campaign like all six acts, 3 and then 3 again on Cruel, you could still be using like level 20 equipment by the end of it if you're just relying on drops because yeah, the drop rate is just really low. So I'm going to aim this at beginners or people who haven't played a Path of Exile game before, because the amount of different upgrade items in the game is pretty confusing, and you might not even be aware that you can upgrade like a blue to a yellow with 6 affixes on. So I'm going to explain everything. So let's get into it. So first off, okay, so let's quickly talk about the items. So there's 4 different like rarities of items. You've got the normal ones, which have no affixes on. Then you've got the blue ones, which are magic, and they have 2 affixes. That's the 2 blue things at the bottom. Then you have yellow, which is rare, and they have 6 affixes on the bottom. So you can see here, you've got the one at the top, level 7 lightning bolt. That's on the staff itself. So you'll find that on the staff because it's a voltaic staff. And then you have 6 affixes, a maximum of 6 affixes on a yellow item. So you can see all 6 of them there. You can have less, than you can add extra, and I'll show you how to do that, but they can roll up to 6. So your main thing when going through the story is trying to get gear like that with 6 affixes that work to your build. So I crafted this a while ago, and it's like, I'm playing a frost build, like a cold build, and you can see it's got a lot of bonuses to spell damage, freeze build up, cold damage, that kind of thing. And that's kind of what you want to be making as you play. The items don't need to be perfect, but if you're playing a fire build, try and find items and make items that have fire damage on them, stuff like that. And you can do that for all of your gear. You could even put gem sockets in them. We'll go over that too. And then like the last item type is uniques. So these are these ones here. They're like orange, and they're kind of like legendary items. You see they all have like a special ability, no movement speed while shield is raised. I've got another one here. All fire damage converted to cold damage, stuff like that. But they're not really things you'll be crafting with, especially during the story. You don't need to worry about uniques at all. Okay, now let's talk about crafting. So if you're looking to make a good, 6 affix item that's going to give you a massive damage increase, first you need a base item. So you need something that you're going to craft from. So your base item, just look for something your level. It's as simple as that. Look for something around your level that is for your build. So you can see here I'm just hit 60. So I'll be looking for items that are around level 60. So I'm wearing right now like boots that are 26, gloves that are 51, a chest piece that's 40. So I need to upgrade quite a few things. So as I've been leveling, I've found a few chest pieces, and I've just saved them because I need to make a new chest piece soon. You can also go to your the vendors. So everyone pretty much that you meet in the towns can be used as vendors. So buy or sell items, and they'll have a few items here. So if you were looking for a staff, they've got a couple down there, and then some that have like separate sections. So you can go to like the different sections. You see they've got a chest piece that has energy shield, life, and mana and life regen. So if you were looking for those as stats, cool. But yeah, you're looking for items that are going to be a good base for you. So you can use that, or you can just use drops. So I've saved a few drops, and I need a new chest piece. So if I look at the chest pieces that I've saved up, I've got a 59, a 55, and a 55 down here. So I'll take them all out. Now, if you're going for like a staff, you want to make sure you're upgrading a weapon that fits your build. So you can see here, this is a Gelid staff, and it has freezing shards as the ability. So you would, if you were trying to make a cold build, you would use that as your base item. If you're trying to make an electric build, you'd use like the Voltic staff, right? That has like lightning spells on it. So that's something to start with. Find an item that works. If you're making like armor, just use ones that are for your stats really. So you can see here, this needs 113 int. I'm a sorceress, so that works. Strength would be on a warrior, that kind of thing. So then we go to the materials. The first thing you want to do is give it the extra affix. So blue has 2, yellow has 6. So first you want to go up to 2 affixes. So we would use, I've got the materials stash tab, which you can get if you want to get that. If not, they'll just all be in your bank like normal. So we would use this one here. Augments a magic item with a new random modifier, the Orb of Augmentation. And these drop like crazy. You'll get loads and loads of these. I've got 130 so far. So you right click it and you'd click this. Its new affix is cold resistance. Now, if you had a few items you were testing out, you'd go, I kind of wanted mana regen. That's no good to me. And you'd get rid of it and you'd try again. But I'll show you all the way. So we've upgraded it to 2 affixes. Now you want to upgrade it to yellow. You want to make it a rare item. So you would get the Regal Orb, upgrades a magic item to a rare item, adding 1 modifier. If you wanted to upgrade a normal item, you would use this. You would use the Orb of Alchemy, and that would take it from normal to rare. But yeah, let's use the one we've got here, the one we've just worked on. So now we want to turn it into a rare, so we'll use this, the Regal Orb, and now it's yellow, and it has life regen per second. Okay, it's got 3 affixes, and it can get up to 6. So now we need to upgrade it again, and you would use this here, the Exalted Orb. Augments a rare item with a new random modifier. So you would use this, and now you see it has 5 stats. It's got cold resistance, life regen, and energy shield. Now, the problem is this is a pretty bad item, and I'm not going to use it, so I'm not going to upgrade it anymore. But because it can have 6, you would use another Exalted to upgrade it again and give it a 6th affix. And that's it really. We took a pretty basic blue item and we upgraded it to a yellow with 6 affixes. That's for our level. And because it's for your level, the affixes that are rolling should be at a higher rate. So they should be much better than using your low level gear. There's a lot of randomness in it, so who knows what you're going to get. But yeah, that's the basics of crafting in Path of Exile 2, and that's probably what most people will need to get through the campaign. That's pretty much all you'll need. There's other stuff. There's other stuff. You can use this one here to corrupt an item. I won't get into that too much, but that like massively changes the item. But then once it's changed, once it's corrupted, it can't be upgraded anymore. And then you've got things like the Chaos Orb, which will remove and add a new one. So there's a lot you can do with items, and a big part of endgame is changing your items around. I will say the drop rates on these seem pretty bad. I'm hoping that they get a lot better towards the later part of the game, but definitely during the campaign these aren't dropping like crazy. There's enough that I've been able to make quite a few bits of gear, but yeah, definitely don't feel bad about using them. You will get more. The only other things that you can do is upgrade what you've made. So say we've made this now, say you had a 6-piece that you'd made, then you can do some upgrades to it. So the types of upgrades you can make are, if you look at these items here, you've got the Arcanist Etcher, the Armorer's Scrap, and the Blacksmith's Whetstone. These increase quality, which are like the base stat. So think like damage on a weapon, armor, evasion, energy shield on an armor, that kind of thing. They increase the quality up to a maximum of 20%. So you can use those if you want to. The other things you can do is you can use these things here, the Artificer's Orb. These will give you a socket. So if you take an item, like I'll take the helmet here, and I'll use the Artificer's Orb, and now it has a socket. So you can see now we have a socket on the belt. So what you can do now is you can go through the runes, and you can see here we could add armor, evasion, energy shield, max life. So just for testing, we'll take this here, 20 to max mana. So I'll take one of these. I'll put it in there. There we go. So now we have extra max mana, just like that. So that's something else you can do while you're leveling to just give you a little bit of an edge, just especially if you make a really good item or if you get a really good drop, you can just chuck a socket on it for a little upgrade. Okay, well that's the basics of crafting really. If you're just looking to make some items as you level, that should hopefully be simple enough to follow. Hopefully it's it's easy to understand. Your basic things to look for is the Orb of Augmentation, the Regal Orbs, and then the Exalted Orbs. They're like your 3 things that you can do to just quickly upgrade a few items. And the Transformation Orbs as well. Then you need these things here, like the Artificer's Orb to socket. They're the main things I'd be looking for. It gets a lot more complex, and a massive part of endgame is doing just this. It's rolling items, trying to make the perfect item. But yeah, hopefully that was straightforward. If you're looking to get more of these crafting materials, I can show you what to do. So say you're out, you've got an inventory full of items. What should you do? So we'll grab a few items. So something like this, something like this. Something with a socket, maybe like this. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is when you get back is you don't need to even worry about these scrolls of wisdom. You just talk to the hooded one and press identify items. It will just identify all of your items. Then come along to here. The first thing to do is go to the salvage bench. You unlock this really early in I want to say end of Act 1 or Act 2. You unlock it really early. And then this can destroy things with a socket. So you see here, if you just get a normal item with a socket, it'll have a little white circle next to it, like a little dot to show it has a socket when it drops. You can pick those up and then you destroy them. And you see here, we get a Artificer's Shard. 10 of those becomes an Artifact Orb. So basically destroy items, get the shards, they turn into orbs, and then you can put a socket on the items you do want. So try and bring some socketed items back to salvage. The second thing is if you talk to, I can't remember who it is, but there's one person in each town that can disenchant items. If you go to them, you can throw your items into here, And you'll see here, regal shards turn into regal orbs, transmutation shards turn into orbs of transmutation. So I know gold's tight and we're all trying to get as much gold as possible, but do try and, you know, salvage some stuff. So even if you're just collecting like, I don't know, well, like 6 items every time you come back, just try and salvage a few things, you know, like disenchant a few things, just so you can build up these orbs. And just every time you come back, just stash them in your materials, and eventually you'll be able to craft more items. But yeah, that's it really. That's pretty much everything. I don't want to go into much more detail or talk about like suffixes and prefixes and, you know, complicate anything. Hopefully this helps. If you have any more questions down below, let me know. I'm happy to help in the comments. If there's anything you want to add, or if there's anything big you've noticed in PoE 2 that I've not covered, let people know down below. But yeah, that's it. Hope you're enjoying Path of Exile. I'm pretty hooked right now. Itching to make a second character. But yeah, that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.